Hello everyone and welcome to another video game showcase. Today we're going to play Dune Legacy. Dune Legacy is basically an RTS, real-time strategy game that is actually sort of a report of the original Dune 2 that came out back in the, I believe, early 90s. So the options are pretty basic. Well, not basic actually. It's pretty good, better than most games that I've seen. Yeah, but there's not much in terms of what you get to choose. But yeah, you get to change your name, so yeah, we're just gonna do that. And let's get right into the game. So you have quite a number of modes to play, but we're just gonna show you campaign for a brief moment. So you have three houses, three factions, which are the Atreides, Ordos, and Harkonnen. And the Atreides are sort of like a defensive type. They have a lot of they're sort of the stereotypical good guys. So they have a lot of like utility, I guess, in their arsenal. A lot of defensive options. The Ordos are sort of like an espionage side. They're sort of like a merchant kind of like group. So they're very sly and sneaky. They rely on a lot of guerrilla tactics, I guess. And then the Harkonnen are the stereotypical evil guys who just want to like ruin everyone's day. So yeah, they have a lot. They're basically based off power. So like they have a lot of like damage dealing guys. And because I'm feeling evil today, let's play the Harkonnen. Yes, yes, yes. Get right into this. Yeah, so this mission basically involves me collecting, I believe, 10,000 spice. But yeah, the controls are pretty simple. You just left-click a unit, left-click to make a box, and then you right-click to move them. It's really quite simple. And then you can also select bases as well. And yeah, and you want to build these concrete slabs by selecting them. It plays very much like a hybrid of the original Command and Conquer kind of games, except a little bit of StarCraft in it because of the right-clicking. Yeah. So, I guess I should talk a little bit about the original Dune 2. So this is Dune 2. It's just a significant improvement from the original. So, one of the things that the original Dune did not have is a little menu on the right. Before, you actually had to like click on the building, then click on a menu that accesses another window that would then go on to open, which would then allow you to select a building that you could place. And just a lot of it was a really big hassle in the original one. Another thing that you couldn't do in the original was make a box. Before, you had to left click only one unit, and then you had to press M or A to attack or move, and then you do that basically. You just individually move every single guy. And so now Dune Legacy completely fixes that issue and makes it, you know, actually like bearable to play. So that's really good. Yes. Yeah, and now you're probably wondering, okay, so do you need concrete slabs to build bases? No, you don't. But the reason why you want concrete slabs is because it reduces the amount of health. Actually, more concrete you have under a building, the more it'll increase its base health. So when you place a building without any concrete below it, it'll start with half health, and it can be repaired to full health, but it'll slowly dive down to half again. So because that's what it defaults to, because you don't have concrete. So it makes for some very interesting strategies when it comes to playing. When it comes to resource managing. Yep. Yeah. So this game, if you watched my Lemix playthrough of the game showcase, you'll notice that because it's a report, there are a couple of extra features that the original does not have. So you can of course make control groups. So if I press Control 1 on these quad bikes, they'll be Group 1. If I have these as Control 2, you know, they'll all be separate. Now I can press 1 or 2 to switch between them. I can also use the Shift, you know, to select multiple guys. And yeah, I believe you can hold Control. Okay, just double click on a guy. Never mind. Ignore that. Yeah. One of the bigger problems, though, that the original Dune suffered from was the gameplay speed. So you can increase it just like, you know, any other classic Red Alert or you know, RTS game. But the nice thing about Dune Legacy is you can actually frame skip. So if you want to speed things along even more, you can just press F6, I believe, and I just skipped a bunch of frames. So that's pretty useful. I'm gonna press it again for the heck of it. So yeah, it really speeds things along. Yeah, so there you go. That was just kind of a brief showcase of just like the controls and such. And I think we'll proceed on to showing a little bit more of the different modes. So the normal campaign basically involves you just, you know, progressing through the game and conquering areas. And yeah, despite what it looked like, when I had to choose three areas to invade, once you beat one of the missions, all three of those are taken. So it just gives you a different like layout. Is pretty much what it does. What's really interesting though is like the three houses have different tech trees as well, but they're kind of similar in a way. So for example, the Harkonnen are all like power mongers and such. They're all about like heavy units, and they don't think like light units are worth it. Which you know I'm down with that. But so for example, they only have quad bikes. You can't build trikes, which I'll see if I can just like invade them. I'm probably gonna lose. This is not how you beat this next level, but yeah. Okay. So there it is. There's the trike. The Atreides and the Ordos have a trike. And they all have just like various like modifications. So the Ordos are really interesting because their trike is, I believe, called a Raider, I believe, and it's twice as fast, or it's a lot faster than the normal trike, which is really interesting. And like the Harkonnen can't build normal light infantry, but they can build rocket infantry. So it's really interesting like how their tech trees work. I'm just throwing the game right now just for the heck of it, and yeah. So there's a lot of tech tree differences. So we'll just get around to showing more of the menu. Yes, you can also do multiplayer in the main menu. So you can, if you have a LAN party or something and you want to play a LAN game, you can also have an internet game as well. That's quite good. And if you go in the single player, you can of course change the difficulty like so. You can have a custom game, which we'll get right onto a little bit later. And you can have a skirmish, which is basically the original levels. It's just, it's basically just, I believe these go, actually, I don't even know. Why does this actually stop? Never mind. No, yeah. Yeah, it's basically the original levels if you want to play through a specific mission you really liked, I guess. So that's kind of nice. And you can, of course, save your game, and you can have a replay system, too. It's just really interesting. But yes. Let's get around into a skirmish, or a custom game, rather. So we can play north or south. There's only 5 maps. I believe you can make your own maps too, which is really cool. So we'll do duality since that sounds kind of nice. Let's see, game options. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Is these little features. So let's see, concrete required. What if I have? Okay, I'm gonna have no concrete. Let's see, start with explored map. Let's make this a fast game. So instant build. Oh my goodness. Structures degrade onto concrete. What? Why would they degrade on concrete? If checked, structures will degrade on power shortage, even if built on concrete. Really? That is very interesting. I did not know that having low power lowers the energy, or lowers their health. That's a very interesting meta you can have. Anyways, I'm feeling noble today, so I'll be the Atreides, and we'll fight what's kind of interesting is you can have these other 3 houses, and if I'm correct, the Sardaukar have like every power, I think, or something like that. They're all like really unique. The Fremen, I'm not sure about the Fremen. The Fremen in the Dune lore are basically the natives of Dune, and yes, so they're like the tribal people. And then the mercenaries are just, I don't even know who the mercenaries are. Yeah, I know they like can ambush people though, and like spawn like a ton of infantry, but I don't know how they do that. So we'll just do random, just have a little surprise, I guess, and see if I can make an AI, easy AI, because I'm bad at games. And yeah, let's get to this. Sweet. Reporting. All right, and we already have a ton of units, so oh sweet. Okay, now I can just build stuff without too much hassle. So that's really nice. Oh, and I'm already noticing another feature that the original didn't have is the you can place a building like a space away, which you originally couldn't do. So everything had to be like adjacent. It was dumb. It was really dumb. But yeah. So I guess we'll engage them. I'm gonna bump this game speed up because we're just gonna go full speed. It's gonna be crazy, but or we could stand by. Actually, it looks like we're not really gonna be engaging each other for a while. Construction complete. Thank you. Look at that. It was so funny like when this game came out because like hearing a female voice and such was like a huge deal. Like hearing voice clips was like the thing. It's just like it's the same voice clip every time. Acknowledged. I love it. It's just so funny like how what was hyped about back then, because like it was all about like I don't know, like this music and these like graphics, the fact that the gameplay. I mean, this was like one of the very early like strategy games that ever came out. So like this was a very revolutionary title and pretty much spawned the beginning of Westwood, because Westwood went on to create Command and Conquer. They went on to make Red Alert, Tiberium's Sun, Red Alert 2, Command and Conquer Generals, Tiberium Wars, which they botched, and a lot of the series kind of went downhill. And then eventually Westwood got sold to EA, and then then it just kind of I don't want to talk too much about that. So yeah, that's basically what Dune. That's the reason why Dune is such a big deal, is because of the fact that it started all this. Basically, it started the RTS genre, which is a huge deal. I'm gonna try to tech upgrade. I believe I need a missile. No, not a missile. A radar. Oh, I need more power. Nice. Okay, now I can see everything. Very good. Very, very good. You can build a wall. Barracks, turrets, which are really OP. Well, they're just really ridiculous. You could just have like 2 rows of them. They're just crazy. Alright, let's see. Is this a starport? Yeah, let's go ahead and build a starport. So I'm kind of jumping us into the deep with all this technology. But it's basically just to show like this how like vast the tech, you can tech up and stuff. And this game, like, I mean, it has tech trees, which is crazy. Like the Harkonnen, for example, I can't build this. This is called a war, I believe. WOR, and that builds rocket infantry, but I can't build rocket infantry. So that's like very interesting how each side is very restricted. But one unit that the Harkonnen cannot build, which I'm going to be a complete jerk to them, just because, is the Ornithopter. Ornithopter. It's just basically this little unit right here, and it's basically like a little helicopter kind of, and it is great for harassment. So I'm just gonna go and attack these. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really nice. It's a nice little air unit, but the Harkonnen can't build that because it's a utility unit, so Harkonnen think it's like pathetic, and it's like, oh no, we need just powerful tank units. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, let's build a tech lab. Radar's down. That's fine. And we're gonna go build a palace, because why not? And the palace is really nice because it gives a free special like ability. So in this case, the Atreides, since they're the good guys and they're all peaceful and they've made friends with the natives, typical good guy behavior. Those scoundrelly good guys, they have basically become friends with the Fremen. So the Fremen, once this meter goes down, like completely like ungraze itself. It kind of looks like a shaded out. So once it's ready, I can spawn the Fremen, and it's a ton of infantry, very much like the what I described for the mercenaries. And those the Fremen are okay. They come in a huge group, which hopefully I'll be able to get to. But right now, let's just focus on building a ton of units. So let's see if I can build a tank facility. There it is. Wait, let's see. Heavy vehicle repair facility. Okay, I want to build this one. So yeah. Okay, he's already building a lot of them. Oh wow! Huh. He took him out fast. That was impressive. Very impressive display of skill, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the easy AI isn't really gonna do much. So, Oh, I can place my heavy vehicle now. Sweet. Sonic Tank. Awesome. Yeah, so the Sonic Tank is one of the Atreides special units, and it's awesome because it basically shoots like a sonic wave. I'm going to set a rally point, because that's a new feature as well. It's you can set rally points. It's basically a long-range siege unit that shoots like a shockwave. And if you saw that little wave, I'm going to try to attack again. It's really nice because it's really powerful, it has a ton of range, and it's just awesome sauce. So, no, I'm just kidding. That was weird. Yeah. I'm trying to re-guide these harvesters. Yeah, the Sonic Tank is really nice. It's definitely one of the most useful like units in the game. Right now I'm just trying to like harass him.
Construction complete.
Report acknowledged. Report affirmative. Acknowledged.
I'm trying to like pick them off one by one. The only downside of the Sonic Tank though is it can actually hurt your own units. Because the Sonic Wave, you know, it goes through everything, so you gotta be kind of careful. Like, I think it can hurt each other too with the waves, so that's the one downside to the Sonic Tank. It's really powerful. Like, I just took out that rocket in like 3 hits, which is like crazy powerful. Yeah, it's really nice. Definitely one of my favorite units. But the Atreides don't have like any cool units. But okay, so I'll show the Fremen right now. So I have my palace selected, and I'm going to show. They just spawn a ton of guys. I can't control them. The original Dune, they were brown, and but because of Dune Legacy and the new like the new like factions, like the Mercenary and the Fremen and the Sardaukar, they basically wanted to make sure that the players wouldn't get confused with like certain like faction tints. So I think that's the reason why they switched to sort of this thingy, sort of the factions for that case. Trying to take out his construction yard so we can stop building those turrets. They're actually quite annoying. I could probably actually finish the game right now, but I think I want to end. I just want to take a little bit more time to just show a few more things. Yes, Ix. Oh yeah, IX, the technology. Yeah, so that's the tech lab. Yeah. So you're probably all wondering how to actually play this, and it's kind of it's easy to do, but it's also kind of annoying because you need the original Dune 2 source files. So if you have the original Dune 2 CD, you shouldn't have too much trouble getting the files. But if you don't, you're gonna have to get it from like GOG or some site that actually like sells like, you know, the old games that it used to have. So that's the only downside to obtaining Dune Legacy. Dune Legacy is really easy to install. You just get the original files. You tell it where the original files are. It installs. You play. Everyone's happy. Oh, as long as you have the files, of course. So unfortunately, that's how you play this game. Look at all these like blast pits. Trying to like see what else is going on. I should probably build some power, but there we go. Got my radar. Very good. Okay, I see. Okay, now I was wondering how to see the power, because like in like Red Alert and like the other later RTS games, you would see a power meter, but now you just have to click on the power plant. Yeah. Yeah. This Dune Legacy, man, they've significantly improved the game, like to where it's like not like frustrating anymore. Cause I don't know. I remember I used to play Dune 2 a lot, and I remember I would just press like left click every single guy, and I have to do this the whole time. Left click M, left click M, left click, and just keep doing that. And then to make them all attack, you have to do it again, but press A and left click on a building, and oh gosh, it was terrible. But Dune Legacy definitely has redeemed Dune 2 to be able to be played, you know, at least casually with some friends in a LAN party, or just by yourself, play some campaign. And it's surprisingly good with this update. Okay, so that builds a rocket turret. Yeah, it's real. The graphics, the UI is a little bit subtle. Like everything's really tiny. So if you're playing on like a 1920 by like 1080 monitor, you're gonna like everything's gonna be extremely tiny. So it's gonna be hard to see like the little upgrade button that's here. It's just everything's really. It's gonna be the UI is gonna be a little too small, I think. But oh, he's engaging me now. He's engaging. I'm gonna build some Sonic tanks. Sonic's gotta go Sonic fast. Yeah, and they all just melt like butter. Yeah, the Sonic tank it's good against most things, but I think it's amazing against infantry. It just melts them. They just melt. Okay, I'll stop delaying this game, and we'll close it. So yeah, Dune Legacy. It's a great report, like sort of a remaster. Not like it is pretty much a report. Just to be able to be played very easily on a modern computer. And it seems to fix a lot of the issues that the original had, so that's great to hear. Yeah, I'm just destroying this guy now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, they can't hurt each other. I don't think. Yeah, I guess not. Let's just make them attack this guy. Okay, they're immune to their own sonic waves. I'm actually gonna test and see if they can hurt your own units. So I'm gonna build a light tank. Okay, so here's a light tank, and we're gonna make them attack him. Okay, so they're immune to sonic waves. That's very, very interesting. That is intriguing, to say the least. Yeah. Sonic tanks, man, they're just crazy. Crazy awesome. Oh, he has no power. That's why the turrets aren't working. That's great. I don't remember the original having that. Maybe it did. I don't know. We're just going to close this game now. Die. Yes. I've completed my mission. The noble Atreides have won against the evil Harkonnen. Ha ha ha. Yes. Let's look at these stats. Yeah, it was an easy AI. You know, I'm not very good at RTS. I'm okay at them, but I'm not that great. So yeah, Dune Legacy. It's a great report. If you can obtain the Dune source files and just run the setup of Dune Legacy Setup. It's very easy to install, pretty easy to get into, and I think it's still stays true to the original. It just polishes the gameplay to be able to be played. So anyone who maybe grew up with Dune 2, they'll really enjoy this report, I guess. And yeah. So anyways, thanks for tuning in to Game Showcase, and I will see you guys around another time.